Episode number 237. Are these comics going to make good film and television shows? We have Space Quest with the team up of Space Ghost and Johnny Quest, and we have JSA number 7. Let's check them out right now. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thank you so much for spending time with me as we rant about movies, comic books, and television shows, as well as the occasional board game. I'm your host, Frank Zanca. I'm an award-winning screenwriter, novelist, and comic book writer, as well as a filmmaker. And jumping on a film starting tomorrow, being Monday, so I probably won't get this edited at all, and maybe I'll get it edited when I get home. So this is going to be a little bit after me actually shooting this. So I started in a film. I'll be in a film for 2 weeks, so my daily things will be off again, which is great that I'm working. I'm not going to complain about that for sure. Also, remember, give me a like, give me a thumbs up if you can. If you can't subscribe, please do. Ring that bell, ding, ding. And if you can share this video out there, that would be appreciated as well. Also, I am a writer, so if you'd like to check anything that I've written, you can go to Amazon.com and type my name in, or there's a link in the description below that takes you over there. You can check out my 4-novel quadrilogy, Destiny Aurora, that was also made into a board game, an RPG, a graphic novel. It's also on Audible. With an unabridged, full 2-voice. It's got male and female voices. It's pretty awesome. You can check out my fantasy novel, Tales of Ravenor, the Iron Witch. We also have a biography up there called Escape from Berlin. I have a horror book called The Awakening. It's kind of like Sixth Sense ghost story type of thing. I am working on a new book called Battle for the Ruby Slippers, so I'm going to go into the fairy tale thing, and I have a new comic coming out called Fairy Tales of Terror, which I'm working on the graphic novel. The Kickstarter right now for that graphic novel. It's going to be pretty amazing, so I'm going to try to launch that within the next month or so. All right, so let's jump into Space Quest here. This is by Joe Casey, if I remember correctly, and this is the sequel to the last Johnny Quest one, where they went forward in time from the 60s to the 2000s, I think it's even further along than today's time. It's interesting because, it was a good idea to do that because of the fact that I don't think Johnny Quest can really stand on his own. I'm not sure there's enough of a fan base. But with Propose's Space Ghost really hitting popularity, it's a good thing to mix these together. And of course, we have the cover by Mark Spears, who also did all the artwork for our card game, Mythlords. If you'd like to get a copy of that, it is on Kickstarter/GameFound. We're doing late pledge right now. I'm kind of stuck late pledge until we find out what's going on with the tariffs anyway. And then we'll be sending off. I have the files being made right now. But anyway, so this starts off pretty much right where the other one ended. They found a chip or whatever else that was able to power their time machine to get home, and Dr. Benton Quest, which is the father, ends up getting a visit from the military saying, hey, look, we need your help. And he works for the military anyway, for the government anyway, so he kind of is obliged to do that. And he says, we found a spaceship that you need to see if it's alien tech or whatever. So, meanwhile, Race is not around, and that's because Race is in Marrakesh meeting with Jade. And the reason he's doing that is because he met their daughter in the future. And he's like, oh no, maybe I should rekindle this relationship. And she's like, what are you even doing here? So they find this platform or whatever else. I think it's inside the ship, or I can't tell, but that's what they was looking to power it. And there's these guys hanging around, bad guys. And that's the continuation of their little banter which she's like, "What are you even doing here, man?" And he's like, "I don't know if I should tell you. It might be a little awkward." And she's like, "Yeah, it has to do with the future. You probably shouldn't tell me." So meanwhile, we get this really bad general who's like, "You're going to have to do this. You're going to have to find the power." And he says, "I don't think we should be powering this up." And even Johnny's like, "Use the chip we found to power it." And he's like, "Yeah, I don't think we should do it." And that's why he's having that real bout with the general, because the general knows that he can kind of do it, and he knows that he's being standoffish. But in all the infinite wisdom of Johnny, he decides to power it up anyway. Okay, good idea, man. So he powers it up. Here comes the bad guys that were kind of hanging around. They start to shoot at the kids, man. That's bad guys if they start shooting up kids. But they're dodging all over the place. But when they power it up, they go onto that platform. And Jan and I forgot the dude's name. But anyway, they're not speaking English. They're speaking some kind of alien thing, but they get transformed. So Johnny Quest is now with Space Ghost, and these guys are in the 60s. So they turn on they fight the other guys out of there, but then they turn on their invisibility, and Benton realizes that they're behind him, and he turns on this psychic thing that turns off the invisibility. And after listening to him for a certain amount of time, the translator kicks in, and they're able to communicate. But meanwhile, Johnny and Haji are meeting up with Space Ghost, and he's like, "What the fuck are you guys doing here?" Really, really good stuff, man. I mean, it's a good book. It is a good book. If you were going to do a Johnny Quest thing, and coupling it with Space Ghost would be a damn good idea. Especially if you did a movie with each of them and then do a share universe. That'd be kind of cool. All right, so JSA number 7. This is a continuation, obviously, of number 6 by Jeff Lemire. Jeff Lemire's doing an okay job. I'm kind of still waiting for this thing to kick in. And this is the death of Wildcat. So Wildcat died in the last issue. The team, so they have the new JSA and you have the old JSA. The old JSA ended up being in like this hell type of limbo type of dimension, and meanwhile Obsidian has now been taken over by a shapeshifter from the Injustice Society, and this is all big plot from the Injustice Society. But anyway, he gets killed, and this is the funeral. So we start out with like this flashback, and then we see the funeral itself. So everybody's there, and the new Wildcat, which is a female, if you've seen the Stargirl series, it's the same. Yolanda, it's the same characters from that. And she should be in jail because she openly murdered a bad guy. I mean, he was like unarmed and she murdered him. So she's kind of feeling it. And I'd like to get a new Supergirl. The artwork looks like crap, but I'd like to start a new Supergirl, but I don't know. Sophie Campbell does not sound like a comic book writer. I think she's more of a novelist, a young adult novelist, so I'm not sure how that works. And what did they do to Power Girl's costume here? I don't know what's going on with that. Long boots and pants, and I don't know what the hell. I don't know why, but they changed it. So anyway, she has a conversation with the Wildcat's son, and he's like, "No, man, I don't want the mantle. You have it." And she's like, "No, I'm not up for it anymore." And I kind of like these two together here, but Jesse Quick is giving our man just a hard time. And finally, she goes, "Yeah, I don't want to date anybody right now. I just kind of want to focus on me." And he's like, "Okay, bye." And she's like, "Well, wait. And he's like, "No, bye." The other couple I like together that are actually more of a couple is I like Jade a lot. And then you have this Spectre guy. I don't know much about him. But anyway, we still have these two in the hospital. This is all no action at all. This is all just a dialogue thing. And then we switch into the big boys showing up. So the three show up, the Trinity shows up. And Obsidian, remember, he's a bad guy masquerading, so he definitely doesn't want them involved. And they're all, Batman and the others are like, look, you guys are having trouble. You just lost one of your members. So let us deal with the Injustice Society. We'll come in and do this. And they're like, no, we'll handle our own shit. And Batman's like, yeah, you're doing a great job of that. So he's written really, really abrasively in here. Really abrasive. Considering they just left a funeral. I don't know if Batman would actually act like that, considering the situation. But anyway, this turns into an argument. And then we switch over to Hawkman and Hawkgirl that are still stuck in this limbo thing with this dead girl. And a portal opens up for the dead girl, and she jumps through it because Wildcat, dead Wildcat beckons her in there. And I'm really upset about this. That Hayden Sherman's coming back as the artist for Absolute Wonder Woman. That is a bad move. Everybody complains about this guy's artwork. In the last two issues, the artwork was great. And they bring him back. Bad. But anyway, the rest of all the Dead Society characters are all there. And anyway, she's meeting with him. So, I don't know. It's kind of a lackluster issue. Again, I don't like how Batman was written there as well. So far, this story, I love the Injustice Society, but there's just not enough stakes going on. There's too many characters. This would be a very hard book this story to translate into film. So I will say I like the book, but it's kind of all over the place. I would not make a good film. All right, and then Space Quest, this would make, especially if they make the two separately and then conjoin them. The first issue is really good. I can't wait to see where this goes. All right, well, that's it for me. Remember to give me a like, give me a subscribe if you can. Also, remember to ring that bell, ding, ding. And, you'd like to check out anything that I've written, remember to go to Amazon.com and type my name in, and you can check out all my stuff. All right, I will see you guys on the next episode. Thanks for watching, and have an awesome week.